and it completes the look to the back. Like sometimes I don't want it too busy in the back. I just like it some really subtle things. It looks like a fin on the top.
Let's unbox this that I just got. Special delivery here. Let's see what this is. Okay. Carbon fiber spoiler right here. Right? So I think you put the tape, here's the double-sided tape, and you put it all around. So yeah, so it's kind of a unique material, you know. I'm not really sure if it's plastic or carbon fiber, but it's pretty smooth, you know. It's pretty smooth the way it is. There's like 3 holes down here. Boom, boom. But I don't think I need the holes for this. Let's see if this thing fits. This spoiler fits in here. Boom. So that's how it's gonna look right there. See? Well, that's how it's gonna be, right? It's gonna look like that from the top. I guess that's good, right? So now I just gotta put double-sided tape on it, and yeah, I just gotta put double-sided tape, and then we'll see how it goes with that look right there. Boom. This package came with its own double-sided tape, but I don't like it. I feel like this is generic. It's kind of too thin, so I'm gonna use my own 3M right here, which is much thicker. It's better than this one, right? I'm gonna use this one to add the double-sided tape, and hopefully that would kind of keep it in place, right? So we'll start doing that right now. So you do this, and then you do the other side, and then so there's 3 points, 1, 2, 3. That's really what it is, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so as you can see, I added the double-sided tape right here, and right here. So all 3 of them. You know, and you want to make sure that everything is tight. So just use your finger, right? Make sure you get rid of the bubbles. You know, boom, right? Make sure the bubbles are gone. And yeah, just these are the 3 points that are going to stick to the back of the spoiler. Okay, then when you're ready, then you remove the tape. Can be a little tedious to do this, but you want to take your time. So you just keep removing all the double-sided tape. Sometimes it sticks to your fingers, so you just gotta play with it. So now you're ready to go. Now that it's all off, you can start thinking about installing it now. Okay, you just have to kind of be careful, make sure it's even on all sides. Same thing here too. Even in all sides. It's already sticking. But to make sure it's even. That, boom. Right, and then gotta kind of play with it sometimes. Okay, so the trick here is you have to really extend it one side before you do the other side. See how there's a gap right here? This gap needs to be as tiny as possible. It's not super flush, but it's flush enough. And look at the other side. Boom. Here. See how there's a little gap here too? Because the gap would be bigger if you don't extend the spoiler, right? So this is good enough because this is not super completely perfect. But this is good enough because, I mean, what can you do for 70 bucks, right? But the trick is you do one side first and then you extend it. You extend it and then bring it down here. Boom. And I couldn't show that part because I had to have my trusty partner help me out. So 2 people is actually better because then they get to see both sides before you tighten things up. Because now, even though it's a double-sided tape, it's pretty tight. You can't take this out anymore without messing up the tape, you know. So so now it's holding in place. So there's 3 points, right? There's one right here. There's this side, and then there's this side right here. See? I'm just gonna let this tape sit the way it is, and then this should be good to go because now it's hard to remove, which is good, right? Because if I'm driving on the freeway, I don't want this thing to fall off. But you just have to pay attention when you install it because with the double-sided tape, it's hard. If it sticks, you can't extend it anymore. So what you do is you let it stick on one side when you're okay with the gap right here. If you're okay with this gap, you let it sit here, and then you have your partner tell you so that you can go and pull, right? And try to extend it here. Boom. So that kind of gap it's tolerable. It's good enough for me, you know. The gap would have been bigger if I didn't try to pull this spoiler a little bit more, but that's good enough right there. So if you want to really be like anal about it, just kind of hold this down right here. Just make sure that the tape holds, because the middle part sometimes it doesn't tape completely, right? I mean, it doesn't stick completely. The other sides are already good, but some people even put a weight here on top, and I can certainly do that, or put some kind of clip. But you just want to hold it here for, I don't know, a few minutes if you can, just to make sure that the tape is good. And it certainly looks better. I think the spoiler looks better than stock, you know. And no one's really gonna mind, I think, the little gap there. So just pay attention to that when you're installing with a double-sided tape, and you won't really have that much issue.
This is the rear spoiler we just installed. It looks pretty good. I like it because it's not really carbon fiber, but it has the look, and that really is all that matters to me. When we first put it on, we were really worried because, like, on the edges, it was kind of hard. Like, we had to yank and pull, and at first it was showing a lot of the car still, but we were able to get it fitted so it looks nice and clean. What I really like about it, it's got some like curves, like right here. Like when you kind of feel the sides, it kind of comes up, then it has a little indent, and then it kind of goes around. So there's like some ebb and flow to it, because before we put the spoiler, to me the back was sort of like bald. Now it's got this carbon fiber flavor, this nice clean but edgy, subtle look. Hey, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think when you have these spoilers, it's kind of aerodynamic, so there's some kind of function too. It's really important, I think, that it has a carbon fiber look. If it was like a white spoiler, then everything in the back would look too white. It's too plain. This adds like contrast. Okay, like if you look at the car in the back, I mean, there's some like black here, then you have a contrast of white, and then everything up here is all white. So if you had like a white spoiler, everything is just too plain. This is already kind of rounded, bulgy a little bit because it's a hatchback. So you want a spoiler that kind of curves it, but it has some edges. So I don't like things that are too circular, because then this thing is like a big old butt. So I like the fact that it's got the roundedness, but it's got some edges. Then it's more artistic. It just looks better. That's all I gotta say. Because I don't like things too big and bulky. I like kind of a classy, small, clean look. And the carbon fiber contrast is what I'm looking for.
Hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on the carbon fiber spoiler. Till next time, stay safe and keep on rolling.